This is a simple review for the Motorola Droid on Verizon Wireless. Went to the Verizon store and picked up the Motorola Droid on display, and I wanted to see what the hype was on the Motorola Droid and see what what everyone was so excited about. I could see why the phone has a lot of hype. The screen just immediately, right when you look at it, it's a great screen. You're looking at the home application, the home screen. You have a great variety of applications as well. Right now, we're actually looking at the Google browser. Google browser, as we know, and we've read in different reviews, has a little trouble rendering pages. Right now, I'm just trying to go into Engadget.com, a simple technology blog. And now consider this: this is on the 3G EVDO network that Verizon with Verizon Wireless. So considering that we're on 3G, it was actually pretty good and it loaded pretty decent. Now again, considering that the rendering of the Google browser that was taking effect here, so it loaded not too bad. I'm not connected to any Wi-Fi hotspots. I'm connected straight to the Verizon network. So also the page scrolling is one of the great features that the Google browser has on here. So page scrolling was actually pretty good. I do have to say the screen is pretty good and it's pretty nice. But immediately right when you start touching the screen, you don't get the feel of glass that you do with the iPhone. And that's sort of a slightly disappointment on that, but again, props to the Apple iPhone engineering team for having such a great screen. But at the same time, I mean, this is a great competitor to the iPhone. If you're looking to get on Verizon Wireless, this is one of the top smartphones you should get. With regards to, compared to the BlackBerry and the Windows Mobile phones out there on Verizon network, this is definitely a great phone, even for business purposes. It has Exchange built-in support. It has the address book. At the same time, you get your work email. It has out-of-the-box Microsoft Exchange support. So it's pretty great. And it also has, as you know, all the Google services. So if you live in the Google world, as most of us, all of us do, it has Google Voice built in on here. So Google Voice by itself is a great service. Right now I'm just trying to launch different applications. That's the Fox News settings on there. It was kind of weird launching the Fox News widget. I'm so used to launching apps on the iPhone and immediately getting my news. So it was sort of a little weird, maybe because I'm just not used to, launching applications on the Android. Um, you know, so that's the Android App Store. Android App Store has a great variety of apps. I just went to the social portion of it because I'm sure everyone wants to know what's on the social portion, and it has a couple of Twitter apps, has a Facebook app built in. So Facebook actually, made an application. It has TwitterCast, which is a third-party application that you can use for Twitter updates and things like that. So it has a wide variety of applications. I think as the months go by, we will see an increase in great applications coming to the Android App Store. Right now I'm launching the Google Maps application. This is one of the greatest hyped apps on the Android platform. And reason being is because it's so great. I mean, you could easily replace, have this as almost as a replacement to your Garmin or to your car GPS. But you know, don't replace your Garmin or car GPS. This is just a great add-on onto that if you're not carrying those items with you. But definitely, it has a street view. It has the GPS on here is actually really pretty accurate. So it has pretty good features with regards to the Google Maps application. Again, this is an early product from Motorola, and I think they did a great job when it comes to actually holding the phone and actually the aesthetics of it as well. So, compared to the iPhone, again, you don't get the glass feel, but at the same time, it's a great competitor to it. Definitely, I could see a lot of people who like the QWERTY keyboards and like a physical keyboard as opposed to an on-screen keyboard, taking advantage of this phone because it has those applications. And one thing I did notice though is that the bottom keys that you see there, those are actually touch-sensitive keys. They're not actual buttons. So many people might be like, well, that's good, no buttons. Well, really, it's kind of weird because when you first touch it, it's kind of feels different. I kind of want to feel a button. Um, so right now, I'm just launched an application. It's the air hockey game that was built in. It's not built into the phone, but it was on display there. So it's pretty decent, I would say. It's not like running, some of the iPhone games out there. So, but I mean, I guess, if you can just be doing simple gaming, I think it'd be great. One thing to note though, the Motorola Android, the Motorola Droid only has 256 megabytes of internal memory. So you can't install applications that are pretty big, so you won't be able to install your big video games and things like that. It comes with a 16 gigabyte SD card, but you can't install applications onto the SD card. There will be a future update, hopefully, that will enable that feature so that we can install applications onto the SD card. Just launching different apps. That's the photo app on there. Basically, the pros on Motorola Android. It's a great start for Motorola and the Android platform. We're gonna see more phones like this. Remember, the Droid, features is actually a platform. It's not just the Motorola Droid. There's also HTC is building their own Android phones. A lot of other companies are building their own phones. So that's the keyboard on there. Pretty great keyboard as well. So that's my take on the Motorola Droid. Definitely go ahead and go to your nearest Verizon store and pick it up and do a review for yourself. And this is a simple review for the Motorola Droid on Verizon Wireless.